So last night, Anthony Hernandez shocked the world by running through Roman Dolidze. I did my reaction last night to the entire card. Uh, you can go watch that after this. But I want to talk about exactly what that performance did for Anthony Hernandez and how that performance and how he dealt with that's not the right word. How he acted in the post fight uh, interview, exactly what he needed to do. And this guy will be a bona fide star in this division for the next few years. Now, I really quickly want to shout out Tony the Goat. You guys remember he's the one, or I guess Tony has died on YouTube. He's the one that made the petition to strip John Jones, which ultimately led to him retiring. So this man kind of retired to go to the sport if you really want to look at it that way. Really good video. I've been wanting to talk about exactly what he talked in this video. Talked about in that video. Maybe I will later, but I want to go back to this fight, right? And exactly what happened. So Roman Dolidze, um, actually, I'll start there. Roman Dolidze before this fight was on a decent run, beat Marvin Vettori, beat Kevin Holland due to a rib injury. Oh yeah, that's right. He injured his rib. I believe in Holland was on bottom. I don't remember whether it was full guard or half guard. I think he tried to pass and then popped his rib. He beat Anthony Smith, which Anthony Smith is the name that I have on your record. Originally, was supposed to fight him, or fight Hernandez in June, but lost to Amor Bob, lost to Vittori, beat Hermanson, Phil Hawes. So, Roman Dolidze was right there as far as breaking into the top of the division, and this fight was perfect in every way for Anthony Hernandez. Now, I know a lot of people picked Roman Dolidze going into this fight because he is good off of his back. He does have submissions, and he should be better on the feet, but which he was at times. He was getting the better of Anthony Hernandez at times in this fight. But what stood out to me, and I'll even bring back my notes that I made last night. Like, what stood out to me is once we got into the third round, and I believe it was there when, yeah, let me double check my notes here. Yeah, we're closer to the end of the round. He was either second or third. He did the move where he grabbed Dolidze by the neck and just threw him on the ground as you would your little brother. That's the best way I can explain it. That right there was okay. This is my fight. I will do whatever I want to you. And man, he was able to get the takedowns and he really needed it. Only missed two of them. The other part too, the leg kicks were working really well to neutralize the Wednesday, and it was really, it was kind of like Sean Brady and Leon Edwards. I'm not calling Roman Dolidze Leon Edwards, but this to me was the perfect breakout fight to have for a guy who, before this, you know, he showed a lot in that Brendan Allen fight in February. I really liked that fight. Brendan Allen too. I respect Allen. You know, not a big fan of his style, but he is really good. And when you're able to rack up three fighting performance bonuses in your 5 fights, you're 100% going to move up in the rankings. Especially when you are able to take the mic from DC and bring energy to that mic. Yeah, he was swearing. Which, by the way, it's fucking MMA, dude. Let them swear on there. Like, we hear what they say in the NHL. We hear what they say in the NFL. I don't care. I hope the move to Netflix or whatever happens now, let these guys go off on the mic. I miss it, dude. I really do. Again, I can't recommend enough. You guys go watch that video. Um, but yeah, when I look at Anthony Hernandez, he is one of those guys who, before this fight, by the way, I know I hit my camera, sorry about that. One of these guys going into this fight who has been on a major win streak. And there's only two ways you get to the title or a title. I'm gonna get to the other title in a second here. The two ways you get there, you go on a major 8, 9, 10 fight winning streak where you are undeniable. Or you're on a 3 to 5 win streak and you're good on the mic. This guy has both of those things, which is very, very uncommon in today's UFC. Like, I don't even watch the press conferences anymore. I don't even bother with the media. Some of them, if it's my favorite fighter, I'll watch them. But I know I'm not going to hear any of the fucking questions that I actually want to hear. And it's just going to be a bunch of, media members trying to be buddy buddy with the fighters. But what I love about Anthony Hernandez and the growth that he has shown in his last 7 fights here is this guy is able to fight you at your own game and stay at your level, which is one of the things when you look back at all of the greats, right? The BJ Penns, the Randy Couture's, you know, those old legends. That's what makes you a legend. That's what makes you a fight fan. I know we all don't like him anymore, but John Jones. That is the one thing that he did a phenomenal job at throughout his entire career was that he would beat you at your own game. If you were a striker, he would strike with you. If you were a wrestler, he would wrestle you. He out wrestled DC. You look at how many accolades DC had. I get that kind of sentiment from Anthony Hernandez, and it's something really refreshing in modern MMA to have a guy who makes it fun, makes it interesting, shows a bit of fucking energy there. Again, media members, bring that out, hype them up. But now we look at the rankings, right? He beats Roman Dolidze. Is ahead of Roman Dolidze? Or no? Dolidze, he moved down. Um, I would put him. Okay, I'm gonna put him at 8 for now. So you look at. Okay, whatever. This is fan rankings. I can do whatever I want. Anthony Hernandez at this moment, I would move him above Whitaker too. Whitaker just lost. That's your top 7 right there. And Evolve, I mean, I'm just gonna do this, even though I know Hamzat's fighting for the title. Hamzat's fighting for the title. And Evolve is right there, number 1 contender. Knocked out Israel Adesanya. Sean Strickland just lost to the champion. We need to see who he fights next. I don't know what you do with Sean Strickland. I really don't. I think he's a big draw. I think ESPN and the UFC acknowledge that. For him, I would like to see him fight. I don't even know. Probably a Robert Whittaker, to be honest. That makes the most sense to me. But you got Izzy there coming off of a knockout loss. We'll have to see what he does. Renier the Ritter. The Ritter, I think he might be fighting him above next. That to me makes the most sense. Um, but yeah. And then you add Anthony Hernandez into this. This is the new era. This is probably the best this division has ever been. I mean, it's certainly better when Izzy was champ, right? You still have Jared Cannonier around. Brendan Allen is there. Paulo Costa just had a really good win. I really underestimated him in his fight. Um, but again, dude, you look at these guys. Hamza Chimaev, undefeated. Gary Rossport can strike. Dricus Duplessis, very well rounded, very awkward style. Really fun to watch. Emerald, well rounded. Strickland, mainly a kickboxer, right? But has really good takedown defense. Izzy, kickboxer. Renier the Ritter, very well rounded. Like, this is an incredible division. And I think all of these guys, if you give them time on the mic, they can 100% sell. And I truly believe that Anthony Hernandez deserves to be up here with these names. And what I want to see from the UFC is I want to see them get behind him. I want to see them, promote interviews that the fighters do. Why is it now that it has to be up to Lucas Tracy or MMA Guru or like one of, us random people recording videos in our basements or, however you want to put it, right? We don't get the interviews that really build what these fighters should be. Anthony Hernandez is a guy on a tear right now. And probably the second scariest division, I would say. Like 170, welterweight, there's not an easy fight at welterweight. You look at that top 15 in welterweight, I don't care who you are, man. You're not gonna have an easy time with any of those fights. Um, and I feel like middleweight is getting there after being kind of an irrelevant division. You know what I mean? Like calling it irrelevant, right? It's been relevant, but like it hasn't been a focus point of the UFC since Anderson Silva, right? Yeah, Israel Adesanya was a big star, but I would argue they were bigger stars. Jorge Masvidal was a bigger star. The lightweight belt, I felt I had more hype behind it. The welterweight belt, I feel like him and he was above everything. Never mind, I'm not gonna do that. But I think this probably is the greatest middleweight division we have ever seen. We are probably about to see the greatest middleweight title fight we will ever see. This division is unbelievable. And Anthony Hernandez solidified himself as a guaranteed star in this division. Even if he loses one fight here or there, I feel like this is a guy we can throw on a card and people will remember his name. people will remember, yeah, he dog walked Roman Dolidze. He, you know, he TKO'd Edmund Shabazian, which around the time he fought Shabazian, yeah, he lost a bit of his hype. Kinda getting it back now. Um, Submitted Roman Kopylov, like, this guy has everything he needs to be a face of the sport. I really do believe that. And it's not just the fight itself. It's the post fight speech. It's the way he conducts himself in interview. That's what I want to see. Bring back some fucking personality to the sport. But that's it, God. Once again, though, I really want to send you guys over. Which more people have watched this video than mine. If you have not subbed to Tony Has Died MMA, if you don't follow him on Instagram, oh my, you are missing out. He probably has a top 3 Instagram and MMA period, but that's it, God. Let me know, what would you do with Anthony Hernandez? What do you think the next jump for him is in the middleweight division? And yeah, I really believe that this guy could main event a pay per view. I honestly believe that 100%. Well, let me know what you think down below. I'm good.